Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, January 23rd, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I embody the vibration of the evolution revolution. And today we enter Evolution Revolution Day, and just the Astro in general is Evolution Revolution. So for those of you who are not really familiar with this, these are where Uranus energy works the room, when it works the energies. And Uranus can be that breakdown, breakthrough. It's meant to be liberation and change, but a lot of times we have to go through some level of personal evolution so we can meet the revolution. And I think this is also fitting for times on the earth. This is definitely evolution revolution time. So, our astro today, we have Mars and Uranus and Mercury all connecting at 23 degrees. So, we actually have Uranus and Mars in a sextile, which is a happy and supportive degree. And then we have Mercury and Mars doing a little bit of an opposition dance. And then we have Uranus and Mercury in a trine. So what this tells me is that our minds are primed and open for some evolution, for some shift. And this is interesting. This is interesting because these may have been blocks or stuck places where you're having like sudden insight or sudden aha, sudden revolution happen. So that's as we have Mercury and Uranus in a trine. Stay open to the possibilities. Stay open to having your mind be open. Did I mention the moon is a part of all this? I don't think I did. The moon is also playing a part in this. The moon is going to hit that 23 degree as well. And so this is where things get interesting, because I think, and it's funny because I was just having a conversation right before about this, but a lot of times one of our blocks is how we feel about something. So our mind will start working, and then we'll start feeling. And once we feel something, we think it's true. And you don't always have to believe what you're feeling, because sometimes your feelings are coming from these stories that you're telling that you also don't have to believe. All of it may point, usually points, to a deeper wound to be aware of. And that's, I think, the highlight of this energy is awareness. It's Uranus and Mercury together. The two of them together is like lightning. It can bring deeper understanding. Moon in Scorpio also likes to traverse and to find the roots and find the depth and find like the original wound. And then we have the feeler. We have Mars in Cancer, which is supporting you in feeling and moving through whatever you need to feel, because a lot of times part of the healing is ultimately allowing the feeling. Now this is also creating a kite, what's known as a kite formation in the sky, as we get like Venus a little wider in the connection and Neptune a little wider in the connection, but holding space. And it's so funny, I'm having a literal like image of a kite flying high in the sky, kind of like, what is it, a Thomas Jefferson moment, like being struck by lightning and getting like, I don't know, the evolution, getting its revolution, shifting, evolving, basically. So really interesting energies. Now, that being said, there's a really good chance that your feels can and will be triggered today. There's a really strong possibility that sleep will be challenging in this energy. So be very aware of that. Be very aware of the worrying mind. Great ideas, great insight can come from this, but also pay attention to what you are paying attention to, because that can either buoy your support or it can sink you like a rock in this energy. So watch for that which sinks you like a rock and look for the revolution evolution. Now let me say that as well, as we get later in the day, that's when we're really going to get into that revolution evolution. So be aware. The good news is that we have the moon moving into Sagittarius later in the evening. And I think if we do need possibility or perspective on something, moon in Sagittarius can really help. I love my Rumi card for today, so I'm really excited to get into it. But let's look at these cards really fast. Is there anything else I should say for the day? Because there's other things going on in this Astro, but one last thing that I will say. We wake up with the moon and Mars in a trine. Supporting each other, but very watery. Even if you wake up on the right side of the bed, watch for what you pay your attention to in the morning, because it can easily turn into the temper tantrum energy. And speaking of that, we have the letting go card. So again, there may be some emotional processing, and this is part of Mars. Watch for your reaction with that Mars moon, and instead see where you need to feel through what's happening, and you need to look at your roots. Holding space for understanding. Oh, this is funny. Here, let's go here first. Comparison. Like I said, really strong mind energy. And it's never going to be about comparison. Maybe inspiration on the outside, but stop comparing yourself. See those things, find the triggers. You don't have to compare. You just have to keep bringing it back to yourself and your own personal layers of integration. Your light, your dark, your struggles, your stories, your feelings, their connection. But all of this, evolution, revolution. We are deep in the change energy. And I'm inspired by this being upright. So keep that in mind. I know things look very dark to so many of you, so many of us. There's deeper things going on, and we need to keep remembering that and be part of that evolution, revolution. The card is commitment. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. There is a flame that must be safeguarded, and in truth, it can never be extinguished. It is the light that never goes out. Even with such enduring power, our recognition and respect of this flame is essential to human development. The flame is holy and lies within each human heart. When the flame is recognized for its worth, it ceases to flicker and smoke, becoming very still, and in its stillness, the light can fulfill its destiny to shine brightly, so as to reveal every path, absolutely clear and without wavering in the fluctuations of fear and attachment. Desire does not have to be a hindrance on the path. It can show us our passions and help us find our purpose. However, the attachment that it can come with desire. Oh, here we go. However, the attachment that can come with desire, the belief that it can be stated only with one particular person or one set of circumstances, can cause us to stop looking at what the light is revealing to us. So the blocks where we just get stuck. The way forward on our path in the here and now, and instead try to forcibly conjure the shadows to become what we imagine they should be. Making my own language up here. There's a way forward on your path that needs to be seen by you now. It will be helpful for you to have the clarity and that certainty. You may have already caught a glimpse of it, but be doubting your vision or yourself. This oracle comes as a reminder to you. Don't doubt. What you are feeling deep within, the passionate love of your heart light, is true. It is real, and you're being led into it by the progress of life itself. You must trust in this. That's a good confirmation for me. I'll tell you why. You must trust in this, even though it seems at times as though you're being led away from the vision. Life operates according to a genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. There is enough challenge in the personal transformation being asked of you to simply take the steps, and that is more than enough. You don't have to create or control the terrain, nor determine the map for the journey. You simply need to take each step that presents itself to you in each moment. Don't fear that your desire won't manifest because you try to bend life to your will. It is an unnecessary battle and one that will not serve your soul here. Instead, just show up. Be present. Attend to what is before you in each moment and trust yourself. Let the light of your heart take you into the serenity that will bring you the balm of a solid core of comfort, even whilst the world shifts and changes according to the workings of divine will. As you move along your life journey step by step, that divine will is moving you too, shining one into fulfillment of your destiny. You too, shining one. Into the fulfillment of your destiny. Life is not working at cross purposes with you. Far from it. It is a co-conspirator with your heart. Come back to the stillness of the love within and know your heart light to be what it is, reliable and true. Showing you the way now, in peace and stillness. I hear the song that, like, I want to reference as I'm reading this. So interesting. So, sacred honoring ritual. If you can light a candle, please do. If that is not practical, simply visualize or imagine a flame in your mind's eye. And if you cannot do that easily, then simply say, I call upon the sacred flame of divine love now. And I think you can do that even if you have a flame. So I call upon the sacred flame of divine love now. And then say aloud, the light of my heart does not waver. It is fixed by the will of the divine and lit by the greatest flame, forever alight in the temple of one love, Rumi, who safeguards the sacred flame of love. Together may we bear serene witness to the revelations of the light within, that the way always be shown pure and true, and the courage to act when needed, and the patience to best serve love is found within our hearts. So be it. And you finish the honoring ritual, and if you did light a candle, you can leave it burning with supervision. They say that in here. So you must be supervised. Or simply with reverence extinguish it. So let me tell you, it is my dad's birthday the day I'm recording this. I'm actually wearing his hoodie. It's a hoodie I gave to him and then took later. Took back after he had no use for it. And there is a song that always makes me think of him. I have a few songs that do, but this is one of them. And tonight, as I was getting a meal to remember him by, I was driving home and the song came on, and it felt very significant. And the song is "Forever Young" by Rod Stewart, and I don't know why it makes me think of my dad, but it does. And there's a line in it, "May your guiding light be strong." And when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, this plus one more piece, I think, is the ending. Instead of "remember who you are," it's "may your guiding light be strong." But I think it's "you can trust," well, I think playing with it, "may your guiding light be strong, you can trust your process, and then you are the solution." So let's see how that goes today. Let's see. But as I was reading this, the lines of the song kind of line up with some of these words, reliable and true. I think they say dignified and true. And there were other things, be courageous and be brave, and all these beautiful little lines. And I was hearing the song playing over this as I was reading it. So let's wrap this up. Good luck today in this revolution evolution. If you do get triggered, let your emotions run through, but recognize you do not have to react. It's easier said than done. You can book a reading, and the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and which way do we do this? May your guiding light be strong, and you can trust your journey. And remember that you are the solution. We'll try that one today. We'll try mixing it up and see what the flow is. But thank you for joining me. Namaste.